Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, what's going on in this beautiful country, and how we're going to fix both of them together. The content that I'm about to show you is an excerpt from a hearing where a gun rights advocate sticks it to Dick Durbin and spins him around in a circle because his tiny little brain can't comprehend how freedom is preserved by the Second Amendment. This one, you're going to want to send out. It is amazing. Everything will be linked in the description box below. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about tiny Dick Durbin's little head exploding. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on because it is time to thrive and throw that throttle full forward as we push freedom to and fro. And we'd love to have you along for the ride. And guys, before you jump on that train, that freaking rocket of freedom, this is what you got to make sure you don't forget. Make sure you don't miss out on our limited time designs. They're 10% off all the way up to the last day of November. This is to get you guys ready for Christmas season. Whomever in your family you need or your friends you need something for them, limited time designs, they're only available through the month of November and the original week when they're launched. So we broke them out of jail for this. 10% off with the code 45-47, which is Trump's numbers of presidency. And if you get over $50 on the order, you get free shipping on the entire thing. Link in the description box below. It has all the shirts that were our best sellers. Freedom only lasts if you can defend it. That one is a really good one. Then we've got back over here, one of my personal favorites. Nobody likes a Glock block. Just kind of running through these. All of them are ready. They're ready to ship, and we'll have them there to you before Christmas. And the final one that I wanted to show you is the limited time design of the Liberty Tree versus Liberty or Tree of Tyranny. All of these are our best sellers, and we'd love to make sure you guys are set and ready to push that freedom and look good while you do it. But now, let's get back to this. Dick Durbin and his tiny little brain exploding around the Second Amendment. So, I think someone at some point called him Tricky Dick Durbin, or I don't know, whatever, doesn't matter. I'm just going to call him dumb. So this is Dick Durbin, anti-two-way extraordinaire, second in command of the Democrats on the Senate. Let's listen to what he has to say and listen to the gun rights advocates spin him in circles.
When we think of the purpose of the Second Amendment for self-defense, sport, and hunting, is there a circumstance that you think in the ordinary course of life where you need to have that capacity of a firearm?
Senator Durbin, respectfully, I think you're missing a category of why the Second Amendment exists. We wrote it shortly after overthrowing a tyrannical government. And I think that a bump stock, although has no application for hunting and maybe not very much for self-defense, I don't believe that banning this item would stop a criminal that's already willing to ignore so many other laws.
You just mixed two things up. We talked about ending tyranny against the United States, and you talked about a criminal in the same breath.
Fair.
Sitting senator, right here, number 2 on the Democrats, can't figure out how what the witness just said, the gun rights expert just said, well, I mean, you left out one of the whole things about the Second Amendment, why it's important, and that's resisting tyranny, because we had just kicked the crap out of Britain. We established our independence through the bearing of arms, and we get to keep them and bear them going forward. But other than that little slip of the mind there, Dick, criminals also aren't going to obey laws, which is very true. He's so confused, like, wait a minute, tyranny? Oh, is criminals? Can I explain? Okie dokie. Let's keep going.
I don't understand.
What I'm saying, sir, is, Senator, is that banning an item or making it illegal is not going to prevent a criminal from using it. It's already illegal for that shooter to be a mass murderer. It's already illegal for them to do many other things that the laws did not prevent them from doing.
So let's stick with your logic. What's the point of banning machine guns?
A fantastic question, Dick. Let's stick with that logic. What is the point? Because criminals going to criminal. In fact, the entire point of this hearing is about bump stocks and Glock switches and auto sears, which all are under the NFA and all are being violated. What's the point of banning machine guns? Yeah. No kidding. Welcome to the side. Now, of course, you didn't see it that way, but it's a valid point, Dick. Yeah, I always knew you were the sharpest tool in the shed. Let's go.
Well, machine guns, Senator, are actually legal. They're legal for some people to possess. They're just extremely regulated. And I
Is that a
believe
violation of a constitutional right to regulate that firearm?
I think most gun laws are infringements of the Second Amendment. Yes.
Let's go.
Well, I think that's where we're going to part company.
course it's where you think we're going to part company because you're Dick Durbin. Okay, anyway, enough. Ooh, I almost said something I was going to regret in the comments. Enough of bashing that guy. You can figure out what I was going to say. Genuinely, guys, this is who our opponents are. We're going to say that the guns are only available for hunting and for sport, and why would you need a machine gun? Kudos to this gun rights activist who goes in and goes, well, you kind of missed out one how we had just kicked the ish out of a country, the most powerful one on the planet at the time, established our freedom bearing those arms, civilians and everyday Americans, militia members, those things, that they enshrined it in the Second Amendment shortly thereafter. Just throwing that out there. Well, this is where we're going to part ways. Like you were ever in alignment on any of this stuff. Anyway, that's what I've got for you guys. I got one more coming from this hearing. I got to get you these things, because if I don't, I will not fulfill my obligation in my prescription to freedom. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.